TIFU by getting tested to donate a kidney to my wife. Originally posted by you, throwaway wife I smize in our TIFU on February 18, 23. Updated March 2, 23. Cat fact to cover spoilers. Did you know a lot of communities in the US offer low-cost spay and neuter clinics to help you get your pet sterilized affordable? Kitten season is here, and it's a great time to make sure our pets and neighborhood strays aren't reproducing. I have info in my pinned profile post to help you find options in your area. Trigger warning. Accidental incest. Less than. Original post. TIFU by getting tested to donate a kidney to my wife. I decided to get tested to see if I could donate my kidney to my wife of 6 years. We have 2 kids together. 4F, 2M. My wife got sick just after our son was born and now is in need of a kidney transplant. We checked with her relatives and none were a match or a viable donor. Last week I got tested. I knew it would be a long shot, so I decided to get tested to see if I could donate. I got a call the other day saying that I was a match. The doctor then said something about wanting to do additional testing due to some information from the HLA tissue test results. I didn't think much of it and agreed. Then the results came in. I was shocked and confused. He explained that because of how DNA information is passed down through generations, a parent to a child could have at least a 50% match. Siblings could have a 0.100% match. It was rare to have a high match as husband and wife. I asked, what does that mean? He said that my wife and I have an abnormally high match percentage. Long story short, we're related. No, I'm not kidding. I was put up for adoption before I was born. Placed into a family that moved across the country. I knew I was adopted, but we didn't have any information about my bio family. It was a closed adoption. I met my wife by chance 8 years ago. I was on a trip from work and she was working at the site I went to. We worked together for a week. We exchanged numbers, kept in touch. I was sent back there 3 more times that year, and each time we became closer. I was given the opportunity to be transferred out there in a new higher paying position in a different department as hers. The rest is history. I don't know what to do moving forward, but I know it may be wrong. She is my wife and the mother of our kids. This post is probably going to get removed, but it is all true. TLDR. Wife of 6 years needs a kidney. I got tested and we have an abnormally high match percentage for being husband and wife. Edit. Look at name. All of my family is from my adopted parents. My parents adopted me 2 minutes after I was born. Their name is on my birth certificate. They have not told me anything about my bio parents and don't have any info. Her family is not a match as stated above. Most of her family has low match potential or can't donate due to medical or other reasons. I am 2 years older than my wife. I do know that my wife was born when her parents were late teens. Update 2 weeks later. This is an update. The original was posted about 2 weeks ago. Yes, I know I misspelled across. Yes. I do have bad grammar and spelling. Yes. I am stressed and freaking out. Yes. I can play the banjo. No, there was no genetic test when we got married. Our state stopped that in the 1990s. No. My wife has never been stuck in the dryer, but she once got stuck under the bed. Joke. The reason I did not go in too much detail is to try to not be so specific that I or my wife might be recognized. Well, the front page of Reddit didn't help with that. Thank you all for your comments and feedback. I didn't respond to them, but I did read all of them. The reason her family couldn't donate was that close relatives had some medical issues that prevent them from donating. Examples: high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, heavy drinkers, and more. The further out we tested, the less % of a match. I wanted to be tested because we needed to find someone. The doctor said it would be unlikely but wouldn't hurt to try. I was freaking out after I got the news and had to get outside advice. When the doc said that the percentage was abnormally high and that we might be related, I kind of zoned out and started to piece things together in my mind. My parents live 1,000 miles away. They met my in-laws a few times. Once at my wedding and when both my children were born. My children are fine. My daughter is incredibly smart for her age. My son is a handful and healthy. The way my adoption worked was when my bio mom gave birth to me, I was checked out and put in a different room. I was there but don't know how it officially worked. From what my parents explained, they were in that room waiting. They never met my bio mom in person. My bio mom only had a profile and picked them out of many candidates. I called my parents and told them that I needed to know everything they knew about my bio mom. They told me that they had limited knowledge. They said she was a single mom that was 16 years old. The father was not in the picture. Also, I was born in a hospital 1 hour from where my wife was born. Like I said, limited knowledge. Growing up, I didn't want to find out about my bio parents. To me, my parents were always my parents. I knew I was adopted and that it was a closed adoption. I figure it wouldn't matter long term. I'm not going to do an additional at-home DNA test through any of the traditional testing sites, like 23 or Ancestry, due to personal reasons, like the possibility of the family finding out. The doc said all of this to only me, not with my wife present. Some of the additional tests were done through the doctor, which was the CM test. I'm not an expert on DNA testing. They said it was like a 1900 plus CM match. This basically confirms one of my bio parents is one of hers. It can also mean first cousins or aunt, uncle. I'm guessing her dad. When my kids were born, my parents brought photos of me as a baby and commented that I and my son looked a lot like my wife's dad. My son was easily explainable. But all three of us are a different story. I'm not going to bring this up ever. I might look at my Phil differently, but nothing will hopefully change. I hope none of the family goes on Reddit and connects the dots. I am donating my kidney to my wife. We have started the full process. That takes time and a lot of preparation. I plan on talking to my wife after the surgery and after recovery. We will decide what to do with our kids. If we are going to get them tested or ever tell them. I will not be leaving my wife. I love and will always be there for her. I made vows and I will keep them. I love her more than I would a half-sister. TL. Dear, I'm donating my kidney to my wife, who is most possibly my paternal half-sister. ETA, I do plan on telling her after the surgery. She is not doing well and I think this will be even harder in her. I would rather her know that I love her as a husband rather than flip her world upside down right before life-changing and dangerous surgery. If something were to happen, telling our kids is not a decision I'm going to make on my own. It will be a joint thing after my wife knows. Reminder: do not comment on the original posts or contact the original poster. I am not the original poster. This is a repost. Oof, what a difficult position to be in. I feel bad for the poor guy. Not only because he is either half-siblings or first cousins with his wife, but also because he cannot tell her yet what's going on. If she needs that kidney that urgently, it makes sense that her general well-being couldn't handle such a bomb right now. I wouldn't be able to see my father-in-law in the same way after this. I also wonder if they'll ever tell the kids. What a mess. He said that my wife and I have an abnormally high match percentage. I didn't see that coming. I'm donating my kidney to my wife, who is most possibly my paternal half-sister. I'm glad she got the help she needed. It is so difficult to get a match who can donate without much fuss. So not the point. but him noting that he was there but doesn't know how it worked his birth, adoption is so funny to me. I think I'm a terrible person for this, but I wish I could be a fly on the wall when he told his wife they are either siblings or first cousins. I can't even imagine how you bring that up or go about it. LMAO. Growing up, we had incredibly close family friends. One of the kids was my friend from birth, and we even shared a nanny. Both families eventually moved away, but we remained close and visited each other over the years. When I was in 7th grade, my family took a trip to DC. We got to the hotel, and while my dad was checking us in, my siblings and I went to look at the pool. And there they were. We had spring breaks that lined up too. Chose to visit the same city. A far plane journey for both families. 3. Chose the same hotel, and 4. Just so happened to spot each other immediately upon arrival despite it being a large hotel. What are the odds? We ended up spending much of the week together. Sometimes. It really is a small world. Yes, I can play the banjo. This made laugh way harder than I should've. After all those nice BORU posts, you going to do this to me? I really feel for Op. What a terrible situation to be in. They've already had kids, so the damage has been done. Hope they find a way to reconcile this. Once you have kids, there's really no going back. I don't know who my bio dad is. And my partner was adopted at birth. Suddenly, some sort of DNA tests don't sound so bad. My husband is adopted, and we joke that he had to marry me because I'm from so far away we couldn't possibly be related. It's crazy. I mean, short of DNA testing, how are you supposed to know if your partner could be related to you? I totally disagree with not telling the kids. Not now, obviously. But they should be told when they're capable of understanding. I also think a sit-down with Phil is in order. IDKY, but the trigger warning of accidental incest absolutely sent me. Yeah. How many husbands are there donating kidneys to their wife? With that detail alone, anyone who's passingly familiar with their medical situation will probably be able to guess. And he even goes on to describe how they met. Good luck to him keeping this from family and friends. Not all secrets have to be revealed. It's okay to take some to your grave if all it's gonna do is bring hurt to everyone involved. I couldn't stomach this if it were me, face with hand over mouth. Also, this is one of those long and complicated thoughts I have about kids of adoption and sperm, egg donors. People like to minimize how important it is to know important details about your biological family. By playing the whole "they're my family, they raised me" card. Which is true and perfectly fine. Until you have some disease you need family information about, or you find out you've been unknowingly sleeping with your sister for years. I wonder if his dad, father-in-law, knows he has another kid? You'd think he'd bring them up with the whole "gonna die, need a kidney" thing. Oof. Poor Oop. This is like the backstory of an episode of House. Well, hopefully they aren't both carriers of a recessive genetic disorder and their children grow up healthy and blissfully unaware. While incest is obviously not acceptable, in this circumstance I would argue that it's okay. They didn't grow up together and never shared that familial bond, which makes this feel a lot less violating. Emo. So his wife's father impregnated 2 teens when he was a teen, and the rest is history.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.